Welcome everybody to the Single and Stiletto Show. I'm Suzanne Oshima and I'm a matchmaker and dating coach at Dream Bachelor and Bachelorette, and I'm also the founder of Single and Stilettos. Today we have on our show Tinsley Bradford, and she's the author of The Settle Free Dating Method for Women. And I'm so excited to have her here today because today we're talking about the 5 biggest turn-ons for a man. So, before we jump into it, Tinsley, I would love for you to tell our audience a little bit about you and what made you write this book.
Yes. Hi, Suzanne, and hello to your wonderful audience. So I'm Tinsley Bradford, author of this wonderful little book here, The Settle Free Dating Method for Women. It's a no-nonsense advice guide to remind you that you are more. And so the reason why I wrote this book is because I want to make sure women are knowing their worth, number one, and that they are empowered to make wiser dating choices when choosing their mate. Too many times we make bad decisions. And if we're in a bad relationship that's toxic and unhealthy or even abusive, it could ruin your world and your future and your family's future. So I found myself experiencing times I was even settling for less than I deserved. And I decided to write a book about tips I looked at, but I overlooked them and moved forward anyway. So I thought I'd put it down so that you won't overlook those tips and move forward with any kind of foolery.
There you go. And Tinsley just gives it to you straight, and that's why I love having her on the show, and she makes me laugh so much. So, Tinsley, tell me the first biggest turn on for a man.
So one of the biggest turners, and I'm sure every single one of you have probably heard this before, a woman with confidence. Men love a woman who is confident in herself. She knows who she is. She's sure of what she wants, and she's just got it going on in his eyes. She's perfect because of her confidence. She doesn't sit around belittling and criticize and talk about other women. She doesn't use her energy on how she can downgrade other people's talents or gifts. She uses her energy to uplift other people and even him. So nothing like a confident woman who knows her worth, and she just doing the darn thing. Men see that and they notice it and they like it.
Exactly. I always say that confidence is so sexy in a man or a woman. So, ladies, build up your confidence. That is so important. Okay, so what's the second biggest turn on for a man?
A woman who has her own. An independent woman who has her own. Men, a lot of times, will get intimidated depending on their maturity level when a woman has her own and she seems to be independent in a good way. Now, you got some independent ones that be like, I don't need a man, and you better not try to come. You don't want to run them away. I think we talked about that on a past show. But an independent woman who just does her stuff. She's got her own business if she has that, or she's working a good job. She has her own car. She has her own place. She's taking care of herself. She keeps herself up. I think men just love a woman who has her own, because now if he's in the process of dating her, he can come over to her place sometime. They can just have fun over there sometimes. Or if she can come to his place, whatever. But if she doesn't have that, it kind of like puts a damper on the mood, because now he's having to go get hotels for you all to spend time together, or you always got to be over his place, and it kind of makes him look at it like, I feel like I'm dating a high school girl, whether she's going through something or not, doesn't matter. It's a big turnoff if she doesn't have it. I mean, I just know that for a fact. Men love a woman who have their own.
Yes, I will agree. And I will say that because you said something very key, Tinsley, that I just want to point out about that strong, independent woman that says, I don't need a man. That's actually one of the worst energies you could bring in if you really are looking for the right man. Because if you have that attitude of, I don't need a man, guess what? You won't get a man. So
right.
Drop that attitude of, I don't need a man. Because what I know at the end of the day is, yes, I know why you don't need a man. It would be nice to have the right man in your life.
Absolutely. Who doesn't want that?
Exactly. Okay, so what's your, what tip was that?
That was number 2. So I think we're on number 3.
Okay, so number 3.
Men are always turned on with a woman who dresses good, smells good, and keep herself looking good. I mean, it's nothing like seeing a pretty woman that, number one, she likes you and you like her, and she's into you, and she's beautiful, And you see her, she's always got the latest style going on, keep her hair looking good and smelling good, and she's just bubbly and positive. And I know sometimes we all have our moments, but for the most part, that energy shining off of her, men are attracted to that, because it's nothing like seeing a woman and then she walking around with house shoes on in public and, they all looking dirty and stuff, some old sweatpants. I know we all have our bad days, but don't let it be a consistent thing you do where every time he see you, you're looking like you just got off work working in a meat factory or something. You got to be sexy and keep that sexy going for that guy, and for yourself. That's a part of that confidence thing. Number one, he likes a confident woman. So confident women make sure they look good. They take care of their appearance and their hygiene. They smell good. They're taking care of business. That's a turn on for a man.
Exactly, because men are they have to, number one, be physically attracted to a woman. Okay, so what's number 4?
I think for number 4 is a combination of a smart, witty woman who knows her stuff without being a smart butt. Like a cocky, arrogant, smart behind type of woman who, I know what I'm talking about, and I don't need nobody to tell me nothing because I know everything. No one wants that kind of woman. But I'm talking about the one that he didn't even know she knew that, and he's like wowed and just amazed at her wit and her knowledge and how she can bring that to the relationship and even help him in whatever business he may be trying to grow. It's nothing like a woman who can do those things for you and for their mate, because now he looks at that as an added bonus. Like, wow, not only is she beautiful, confident, has her own, but she's smart and she's intelligent and she's bringing stuff to this relationship that I didn't even know existed that can now possibly help me in whatever future endeavors or business ideas I might be coming up with. Nothing like having a woman that can grow and build with you. So he's going to be turned on already because of that. Sometimes men are doing it all and they're dealing with women who have no vision, no drive, no support. They feel like they're just doing it all. And she's sitting there going, well, what you got now? What you got now? Like a little puppy. What you got now? What you got? He's looking for someone to kind of add to the benefits of what he got sometimes. I'm just going to call a thing a thing. We got to sometimes be equally yoked. You got to have something to come to the table with too.
Yes. Right? That is very, very true.
Or he might tell you next.
Well, that is true. So, what's your 5th tip?
So, my 5th tip, was that 5? My 5th tip is for you to just be polite. I think men like a friendly, approachable woman. It's a turn on. I have men tell me all the time, even at my job, because of my smile and energy, they'd be like, wow, you just seem so sweet. Like, I've even had them try to holler at me because of my personality. They don't even know me. But men like a polite, approachable woman. Because I'm sure you all can agree, there's a lot of bitter, broken, mean, just unapproachable women sitting out here where he's scared to say, hey, because she might go off on him. It's nothing like that smile or that energy that's inviting to a man. Because if he's interested in you or whatever, now he feels like he can kind of like feel comfortable saying a little bit more without getting his head ripped off for simply saying hello. So be polite, ladies. Be positive. Men like that. It's a turn on. They like to feel like they're around a warm, nurturing energy type of woman. For many, they grew up with a mother that did that for them. So a lot of times they look for those qualities in a woman that they're going to choose because they know she's going to bring that to the relationship. And especially if they had a good mama who did that. Now he has a good mate who's going to be doing that for his family. So please, please, please stop being some diva and be nice to people.
That is so true. And I'm going to add into that to say thank you, because that goes along with being polite. When a man takes you out is to say thank you, because I think a lot of people forget those 2 little words, because a lot of men tell me, she didn't even say thank you for the first date and he paid for dinner or something. So ladies, don't forget.
Compliments them too.
Yes.
Compliment your man.
There you go. That's number 6. They got a bonus tip there.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Well, these have been some great tips. So, Tinsley, tell our audience how they can find you and your awesome book.
Yay! I've had a great time. Thank you so much, Suzanne, for having me. Here you go. There it is again. It's the settle-free dating method for women, which is a no-nonsense advice guide. Go to TinsleyBradford.com, and you can scroll down on the screen where it says, buy my book now, and you're going to have your copy coming to you in the mail. All right? All right.
Thanks everybody for joining us on the Single and Stiletto Show. Our show is available both in video format and podcast format. If you'd like to view the videos, go to singleandstilettos.com. If you'd like to get the podcast, you can download it from iTunes. If you'd like to get our free ebook on the 3 secrets guaranteed to attract any man based on scientific research, just click right here on the video or go to singleandstilettos.com.